This is episode number 295 of the InnerFight podcast.
Brought to you by Smith Street Paleo. This is Fitness Under 3 Minutes. Andre and I here to try and put things right for you in under 3 minutes. 5 things you must do, Andre, on a weekend. Hit us with number 1.
You've had a super busy week. You've been It's been a hard week with work. You need to relax. Relaxation is super important so you can gear down and get ready for the next week to come.
I agree, mate. I see sometimes people that have a really busy life, they then plan loads of stuff for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should just be chilling the whole weekend, but I think it needs a little bit of relaxation, especially if your week is super busy. So that's a nice one to kick off with. Second thing I see is people losing control of their food on the weekend.
Completely.
It's like Dubai's Thursday night is like Friday night in Europe, and then Friday, Saturday is sort of cheat meal Thursday night, eat bad all day Friday, and then start maybe to think about it on Saturday. I think if you control your food, I think if you plan that cheat meal, so I don't know whether it's a Friday night or a Friday lunch or even sometime on Saturday, but I think there needs to be a certain amount of control. Remember, if you don't eat well on the weekend, that's almost 3 days. If you take Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's almost a 3-day weekend of bad food, so we need to try and have some control there.
Yeah. Another point is that you want to spend time with the people that actually matters. If you had a week and you haven't seen your kids or your wife or your husband, or in general some of your best friends during the week because of work, this is where you want to take off some time to see them, to spend some time with them.
Yeah, I think that's another thing as well that maybe is not. I think sometimes I definitely know in my life I've taken that a little bit for granted, and now I just make sure, okay, what are we doing on the weekend? Like I'll sit with Holly and being with her because she matters is super important for me.
Yeah.
Outside of that, different things, obviously getting out and doing activities is important if your life allows it. But I think the weekend's a good time to learn something as well. I think when we're a little bit less probably pressed for time, a little bit less time constraints and pressures is a time where we could absorb something, and I guess that's in a number of different ways. We, either through a little bit of time reading or watching a documentary or just any different way. I think it's quite cool to learn something on the weekend as well.
Exactly, and many of these things can be combined. I mean, you can watch a documentary with your wife while relaxing on the couch. That's already 3 points.
That's a good one.
The last one is probably the biggest takeaway from this podcast.
Yeah.
It is to prepare for the week ahead.
Right.
I remember when I first arrived here, my schedule was all over the place, and you guys taught me how to use a calendar. And actually that just makes everything much easier and much more just better organized. You can accomplish way more things. So if you don't already use a calendar, whether it's Google Calendar or the calendar's already on your laptop and phone, I definitely recommend that you try to organize every single hour of the week coming ahead as good as you can, of course.
Awesome. That's it. 5 things you must do on a weekend.